6:33. Welcome to our team call for Wednesday night. Lots of stuff to share with you tonight, so we'll get started. Nikki's recording. Everybody can put yourself on mute. Put yourself on mute just so that we don't have the background noise. So first off, just want to say, is there anybody on the call tonight that's new to the team that we need to welcome? Anybody new?
I think this is Sue. Is this Susan's iPhone? Like, which Susan is this? Might be Susan Baker. I've got a newbie on my team, but I don't think she's on.
Okay.
But I'm going to welcome her anyways. Her name's Sue, and she's one of my mom friends from soccer. So if she is on here, she just fast tracked to DD. And today's her birthday, so I don't know if she's actually going to be on, but she probably will.
Awesome. That's great. Welcome, welcome. Anybody else want to welcome any of your new teammates? There's a lot of new people joining. Holy cow, it's a busy month.
I will. I don't think that Terry's ever been on a call. She's been one of my new reps for a few months already. She's a busy mom, but she's on the call tonight.
Awesome. Welcome, Terry, to the call. That's awesome. Good stuff. Anybody else want to welcome your new teammates?
I will. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay. Okay. I'll welcome Amanda. I don't think she's on tonight, but I don't think she's been on a team call yet, but she's been 2 weeks now. She's DD and nutritionist. So yeah, things are good.
Awesome. Welcome, Amanda. Anybody else?
I will.
Ashley, I know your husband joined. Can you talk, Ash?
Yes, he did. Yep, he's just putting the boys to bed, but he's sort of here.
Right.
He's in the other room, so he fast-tracked to D in a few days.
Yeah.
And onward and upward.
Awesome. Yeah, can we mute the lines? Nikki, can you help on your end? I'm on my cell phone, so I can't see who's not muted.
Nikki, it's Nat's phone, and
yeah,
she's
I think it's people jumping off to try to tell you who new people are. Unmuting themselves.
Oh, that's all? Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Anybody else that wants to welcome?
Nikki, it's Natalie's phone.
Oh, I think we're good now.
Hi,
Okay.
third time's a charm. It's Sarah. I'd like to welcome someone.
Yeah.
She's not on the call. She's working, but it's my new rep, Ashley, who's a personal trainer. Hit me up in 13 days, so super pumped about that.
Awesome. That is so great. So much momentum going on. I love it. I love all the intros. I love you guys welcoming your new mates and all the promotions. I just love all the energy around that. So that's awesome, and congratulations. Huge momentum in January for sure. I think we all finished our first round of shreds. We're getting ready for our second round of shreds. A lot of us are playing the 90-day game plan. A lot of us are leveraging the Healthy Living Revolution call. So I can just feel it. Lots of connection calls. So just want to say, feed into that momentum, because we build our business in these chunks of momentum. So we are definitely building. So what I wanted to do, focus, there's a couple things that we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the omegas and give you as much update as we can. We are on this like NMD chat that goes back and forth, and we've been trying to keep up with all the chatter and the updates and giving you guys as much information as we have. So we'll talk about that tonight. And then we're going to talk about just a quick update from the NMD call that just happened this week, and then we're going to close off as we end January, some of the events to tap into. So I'll start with the omegas. First off, I just, for most of you, that the omegas launched out this week. It was very exciting. There was a live video on Stephen Millman's personal page that kind of was in the warehouse and said, here's the product, it's approved, and we can ship out. So the product started shipping out, I believe, yesterday. Orders were going in. The first 24 hours, people were doing it manually. And then they opened it up with a virtual office, and And then what ended up happening is they realized we had a glitch in the system that it was the original setup when we first launched the Omegas, that if you're a sales coordinator or higher, you could only order. And so if you were below sales coordinator, you wouldn't have had that access to. Now, Melissa or Jen or anybody, has that been fixed as of tonight? Does anybody have an update? Because I've been out all night.
I
No,
don't think so.
it has not been completely fixed yet. So you can either go on your own website and order them, or just fill out an order form, take a photo, and email it in.
Okay, and they are working on it. They
Oh, yeah.
know it. Yeah. It's top priority, so just hang tight. So that's the update on ordering. So you heard that. So either take a picture, email it, or actually go onto your own personal website where it's up and running and you can order off of your website the old-fashioned way, okay? Secondly, I was asked if I could talk a little bit about the benefits of omegas. And there's a lot to talk about on omegas, and it's almost like I could do an hour prevention plus on it. The good news is that Dr. Mitra Ray did an amazing RepRap call on omegas that I just about got to the end to before I jumped on here, that really goes through a lot of detail on the omegas and helps you really understand a lot of the questions that either you've been asked or haven't been asked. So I'm going to get everybody to do it as homework in the next couple days. But it's a RepRap call that happened, I don't know how long ago, but this is how I found it. I went to Team Shining Star, that's Dr. Mitra Ray's Facebook page, where there's over 5,000 people. And if you're not on it, you can get added by your upline, because most of us are on it. And all you do in the search engine is put in omegas. And it's the first one that pops up, and it says RepRap call on omegas. It's an awesome PowerPoint presentation that she goes through to help you understand. The first part of it is very sciencey, so it does talk about the benefits. As a summary, she talks about that every cell in our body is made up of fatty acids. Every cell. And so we need these essential fatty acids that we get from our diet. But most people aren't getting that proper balance of essential fatty acids. And so as a holistic nutritionist, you know, we got taught in school how important it was, especially for young children, to be on a good omega, because our brain is made up of 70% DHA, which is a type of fatty chain molecule. And so the DHA comes from the plant kingdom. And so how cool is that we have a version of all these healthy omegas that are all coming from plants. And so she talks about all the benefits, and she actually breaks it down. So we've got 5 plants in there, and it's a great presentation because she breaks it down and talks about each of the ingredients and all of the benefits that each of those ingredients has. And it's a lot. But what I can tell you is, this was some of the benefits that she talked about here. Well, first off, this was funny. She said, fish don't make omegas. So a lot of people say, I'm on a fish omega, but fish don't make omegas, right? The omegas are actually coming from the algae that the fish is eating, and then we kill the fish, and then we eat the fish, and then we get the algae. So for a lot of people that don't understand, well, why don't I just take a fish oil, is that we skip the middleman. And she goes into a whole talk about the toxicity of our fish today. So if we're trying to avoid toxicity in our fish with the level of mercury and the type of fish that it's coming from, there's not a lot of clean, I'm going to say, fish oils out there. There are some, but there's not a lot, and you have to be very careful. And they're very, very expensive. And a lot of the oils on the shelf today are oxidized. So we have to be careful about that. So she summarized to say that our omegas are safe. They're sustainable source because they're from plants. It's a mixed array of omegas. It's encapsulated without heat, and it protects the delicate oils from oxidizing. And that's huge. You do not want to be eating rancid fats. So an example would be of a rancid fat. You go to the health food store and you want to get some healthy oil, and you buy flax oil and you put it in the fridge and you start taking it every day. the reality is that might last maybe 6 weeks. And if you've ever had rancid, like oxidized oil, it stinks. It's horrible. And you do not want that running through your bloodstream. It's very dangerous. But some of the stuff that omegas does for our body is it's reducing inflammation. It helps with reducing heart disease, brain development. That's a big one. So when we hear about like children being on good oils, for babies and stuff, we can actually rub the oil on their body because their skin is their largest organ. So you can actually, for all the mummies that have babies, you can just like rub it like on their tummy at night. Just put one capsule. I would just rub it on the belly. When I had babies, that's all I did is put really good healthy oils, and I gave them a massage every day in the oil because they were too young to obviously eat it. It reduces the diabetes risk. It's great for hair, eyes, pregnancy, hair, skin. I mean, it goes on and on. But like I said, Mitra goes into it in full detail and goes through each single one. One of the biggest questions that have come up in the last couple days is, oh, you know what? My chiropractor told me that I'm not interested in your omegas because it has omega-6 in it. And there's this whole thing of like, oh my gosh, you don't want to have too much omega-6 in your diet. And the only reason that that message is out there about avoiding omega-6s is that most people have an imbalance of way too much 6 in their diet and not enough 3. And not enough healthy 6. So there's good healthy 6, and then there's bad healthy 6. So the bad healthy 6 is having too much animal products, because that's where omegas can come from, depending on what plants the animals are eating. And then the bad cooking oils are 6s. So let's say your GMO canola oils or your GMO, whatever oils that you're buying that are cheap, or your vegetable oils tend to be an omega-6. And if you're buying oil and it's really cheap, you're probably putting a very unhealthy omega-6 in your body, and it's tipping you over to have too much of the unhealthy fat. But all plants have fats, including stuff like avocados, nuts, and seeds, and that's your 6. So it's okay to have good 6. It's just that people are eating too much of the bad 6, and that's why people get a little freaked out. Oh, I just missed the question. Nikki, can you repeat the question?
How about the fact that the omega-3s can cause decrease in platelets? Is this a concern with plant omegas?
I don't know that answer. I would watch Mitra's video on it and see if she answers it. I was just about to the very end, but I never got to the very, very end. So she might have answered it there. So she's trying to really update us on all the omegas. If you go to drmitraray.com, there's also information on the omegas there because the US launched it earlier than us, the video, and also research what affects platelet levels in the blood, the video, and also research. So, and now we're doing our own research on the omegas. So just like Juice Plus, we will have our own research out. But from the preliminary of people actually using the omegas in the test run, and Mitra actually has her own omega story herself, is she was getting a lot of like joint pain and knee pain, especially because she had like a major surgery. Is she said that when she stopped and ran out of her like 4-month supply and had to wait for the next shipment, within 5 days, I think she said, her joint pain was starting to come back. And the only difference that she did was adding omegas. So she said it really, really helped her with her joint pain. So, we were hearing stories of hair and skin and nails, all of that stuff. But like I said, the research will be coming out as well to back up, what the omegas are going to do. So I could talk a lot more about omegas, but I know we got a lot more to go through. Is there any other pressing questions that we can help answer that I will try to answer? And if I don't find the answer, like I said, we will direct you to find it. Like, this is new for me as well. I'm just watching the videos. I'm just trying to figure out and learn all the tools just like you guys, but we will definitely be here to help and guide you. Any questions? There is a couple videos. A couple people have said like what videos. So every time we're finding a video, we're just throwing it on our Team B page. So just Google omegas, and then you can grab it and always just save it to your phone. So have a section on your phone where you have your favorite videos. So it just makes your life easier when people are asking. So there is a short video on that. There's also a video that is about 10 minutes long. I think it's about 10 minutes long, and it's an Omega video that you can use for your for the more detailed people, and that's Mitra interviewing Tim Emmett, who's one of the top climbers in the world, at her home in Seattle, and that is posted on Healthy Living Revolution under previous videos, and you can see that, and she is interviewing him and talking to him about, you know, the omegas and how awesome they are. So that I've actually used that and sent it to a couple people along with the other promotional video. So if you do have like your Healthy Living Revolution pages that you're, you know, loving on and servicing your customers, that's where you could definitely put those videos to educate your customers on for sure. Any other?
I have a question.
Yep.
We're not allowed to talk about the other omegas. We have to only talk about the omega-3s, right? Is that still the case, or is now that everything's been approved, we're good to go to talk about it all?
Well, here's the thing. There is a gray zone right now. Health Canada only wants us to talk to the Canadians about omega-3 only. So we're working with obviously our lawyer and, you know, Health Canada, and they're willing and open to work with us so that they can start getting their head wrapped around this very unique product. It doesn't fit within their box. So that's why we're stuck at saying omega-3. We've gotten a letter that tells us we're legally not supposed to share beyond omega-3. Okay. So really, here's my take as a national marketing director. We own an international wellness franchise online. So what does that truly mean? So if you've got customers and friends in different parts of the world, I don't really think that Health Canada can come after you. Do you know what I mean? Because we have an international wellness franchise. So there's the gray zone. Where we just have to be careful is in front of the room. So if we're at a Prevention Plus talk, and we have a flyer, like a visual up there, we're only going to talk in front of the room with omega-3. If we're at a trade show and we're out in the world in a public place, we can only use proper brochures and talk about omega-3s. But honestly, talking to my customers one-on-one, I'm going to be talking about all of this.
So what is this going to change in the future? Are they still working on studying the other omegas that are in our product, and then maybe down the road?
No, it has nothing to do that with it. We have the exact same product as the United States. The only difference is that Health Canada has never seen a product like this before. They're confused, and we don't fit in their mold of going beyond omega-3 because they've never had a company come to them with tomato seed and raspberry seed, and they're stumped. And right now they don't have time as a priority to do their own homework to make sure that this is, you know, does it really have that in it? We know it does, but Health Canada doesn't have anything in their files right now to say that tomato seed oil has omega-7 in it. So they're not making it a priority right now. So we had two options. Health Canada said, you have to wait until we have the time to look into this with our own researchers, or we will approve the product, but you can only talk omega-3 to your customers, like to the Canadians. So what we're doing is with our lawyer in Ottawa, he is pressing this with Health Canada to try to move them along. So eventually we'll be able to have all of these on the label, like the US, and be able to have brochures and be able to be in front of the room eventually and talk about 5, 6, 7, 9. Does that make sense? Is there any confusion around that? So 2 things. You're at a trade show, you use the Canadian brochures, and you let them know about that we have a 3. Obviously, you can take it offline after the health show if you're having a conversation with them and send them a video from the US that talks about all of it. But it's got to be more on one-on-one versus it being in a public place. That's the way that I'm running it. Melissa, Jen, do you have any comments on that?
Nicole, can I just ask, will there be a Canadian version of a video that talks about it being just an omega-3, or are we okay just to share the US video with a Canadian like prospect?
I have no idea. Melissa, Jen, is there an update of a Canadian video that you're aware of?
Yep,
I
they're
am
going to be
not
working
sure.
on one with Australia.
Yeah.
But like what you said, Nicole, it's an international business, so you're sharing those one-on-one, so go for it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll move on because we don't have a lot of time. So maybe, Melissa, you're next. Can you give everybody an update on the NMD call you were on?
Yep, sure. Hold on here. I just gotta see my lights here. I'm driving. Okay, so you covered omegas. They're also working on a new document to provide more details about the product. So stay tuned for that. Lights, Tower Garden lights, they are out of the old ones. Only the new ones are shipping now, so that's great. And the micro growers for the little pods, they're expecting those to be available in March.
Okay.
The complete, the new pouches, the stout ones, as my daughter calls them, the short and fat pouches, which stand up better, they should be going out in June. We're just waiting to finish up the current inventory that we have. So everybody eat a lot of complete and we'll get the new bags sooner. Sorry, I just can't see my notes here. Oh, if you guys have any product questions, send them to Dominica at head office, because they have arranged a call for the NMDs with Lisa Pebble, and she's going to be going over all kinds of product information with us. So forward any questions you have to Dominica, or you could probably forward it to your upline first, and then if we don't have the answer, then we'll forward it on to Dominica. So that's pretty exciting. So that's on Wednesday, February 21st that we're going to be having this call. And they said they are going to record it and then figure out what they're going to do with it, maybe little snippets coming out and so on. There's a new girl, Jasmine, new customer service. FedEx. So they did an experiment in Manitoba with it. And after 2 weeks, they had to put it on hold because customers were not receiving the emails about their product shipping out. So they're having some technical glitches. So the launch is pushed out right now, but they are working on it and working on all of these glitches. So, and they were grateful to be able to do it with Manitoba because it was a small enough market where they could manage all of this. Team building bonus. They've been receiving a lot of great feedback, and there are going to be some new forms for people to receive bonuses or new ways to promote them on the virtual office. I'm not sure if Lee said they're live yet. Jen, do you remember?
Sorry, I missed that. Makai just got up. Sorry. Did you say?
Oh, that's okay. Were you on the call when they were talking about the team building bonuses and new forms to be filled out?
No, I just logged off because I started teaching my class.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they'll be on there soon if they're not there already. We can go on and check. And they're going to be recognizing all of these new levels, and anything that they're on that team building bonus, they're going to be recognizing that on Steven's site, on the email that goes out, and the newsletters. So they're going to do lots of recognition that way. They are looking at doing different bundles with the omegas, so stay tuned. They put it there right now on the order form, bundling it, just because it's a little cheaper because you are saving the saving on some shipping. But they're looking at doing some other bundling with that, so stay tuned.
Sorry, I have a question about that.
Yep.
Bundling. When we order online, it's not set up as bundles. So are they just automatically putting it as a bundle when you put in your order with multiple?
Yeah. Official bundles are not available right now.
Okay.
They're just showing bundles on the order form for the customer to understand the cost.
Okay.
If I order all these products, this is how much it is per month. But for us to place that order, we just place it like a normal order right now. But they are looking at, much like the children's health study, right? You can place that one order for the trio and so on. They're looking at doing some bundles with Omega, so you'll be able to just punch it all in, or the Omegas, even with the children's health study they're talking about. So they're looking at that. So nothing's changed right now other than on the paper form. They're just showing how it's bundled, but we place them separately. Make sense? Yeah? Okay. Guess you muted yourself. And then the last thing, 91 days till conference. That's it. Pretty exciting. Who's going to conference? Who's going to Arizona? Woo! I think it's going to be our largest one yet. That is all the updates.
Oh yeah, Melinda has a question about the child dosage for Omegas. Yeah.
Same. Everything's the same as our other product. So
I think
1 to 12 and then 2.
1, 12, and 2.
No. Just like the others, right? Somebody under 12 is going to get a child's dosage. If they're doing capsules, they would take 1. And then once they're considered an adult, then they take 2 capsules. Same as the others. Same as the fruits, veg, and berries.
Yeah, and again, it's food, right? So there's no fear of overdosing, right? Like I would do a full capsule for a baby, right? It's healthy, it's good, it's plants. So it's, I guess, people's comfort level, right? Gosh, you should have seen how much oil I lathered my girls with. I wasn't worried, right? We never think about that, right? If we were putting olive oil or grapeseed oil, we're not like, oh my gosh, it's got to be this little, right? Like we're not even thinking that. It's just think of it as food. What is the child dosage? That's all the question that I had, right? My kids have taken 4 capsule doses. Nothing bad happened. Exactly. Yeah.
And a lot of kids are actually chewing the Omega capsules because they taste good. They're capsule and all, eating it, chewing it.
Yeah. That was actually something I was going to ask because I'm planning to give it to my 7-year-old. So I'm wondering, do I poke a hole in it and then just literally squeeze the oil? I want to taste it myself. So I'm going to do that first to see whether or not she's going to literally gag or
open it, smell the bottle. The first time I opened them, it smelled like orange creamsicle. It was amazing.
Yeah. I'm going to do it right now for the first time. I'm going to chew it. Ready? Actually, it tastes good. It tastes good.
But is it slimy or anything?
No, it's not. I wouldn't eat the capsule though because it's hard. So
it popped out all the oil and then just take that out?
I've just sucked all the oil out and it's actually quite lovely. It's almost got like a little bit of an orange taste to it.
Oh, interesting.
Very clean.
Awesome.
So everybody can do Facebook Live eating the non-fish Omegas.
Like this. So good. You don't want to miss out. Okay. So there you go. I just did it. It's yummy. So kiddos can do that too. Actually, that's what my kids do is they chew it. I just have never tried it because I just swallow it. Okay. Thank you, Melissa, for the update. Jen, can you actually talk or do you want me to close off?
You can go ahead and close off. Sorry. Yeah. I have to keep blocking it out. I've had multiple kids getting up, so.
Yeah, no problem. So we'll just wrap up then. It's 9:02 and we usually like to keep it to 30 minutes. I just want to put a shout out to everybody in Ontario here that is building for the event coming up. We've got our Prevention Plus on Friday with Jared and Jamie, which we're really excited. So for those of you who don't know who they are a power couple 100 clubber out of the United States. They are parents to young children. They are CrossFitters, so they're totally into health and fitness. I would say that they kind of have a Jen Brennan energy. So you could just imagine them in front of the room. They're positive, they're healthy, they're fit, they're excited. They're part of our healthy living revolution. So they have been on with their team doing the calls. So just imagine we've been promoting for the last 3 weeks to have people get on a call for 30 minutes, right? So just imagine for Friday, take that same excitement and say, you know what, come out on Friday night to actually hear a powerhouse, you know, taking the healthy living revolution to a whole new level. And we do have a live band, a 2-piece band, so there's going to be some different energy in the room. We've got the cash bar, there'll be some, you know, tea and coffee and water, and we've got some snacks. So we really want to create this as this community feel. So I'm really visualizing, you guys have already gotten kind of a feel of what a healthy living revolution call is. Think about that feeling with a little bit more education about their story and how they really took control of their health. And so it's really going to just be a night of inspiration, but we don't want it to be too long either. So we really want this to be just community coming together. So it's a free event. So it's just fun to say, you know what, I haven't seen you in a while. Let's go out, I'll buy you a glass of wine, and you can hear what I'm up to with this healthy living revolution. I'm so excited. So that's kind of the energy that I would bring forward. Is there anyone else hearing music in the background? No.
I just want to add to that, Nicole, a bit more about them. So in addition to CrossFitters, they're also certified coaches. They are certified kids CrossFit coaches. Jamie and Jaron met through their love of soccer. And it's Jaron, by the way, guys, in case you're talking to him, Jeran. And she had a whole whack of health issues. She was on lots and lots of meds, as was Jaron, but not as many. His were just over the counter. And she was an occupational therapist. And then after getting involved with Juice Plus and getting her health better, she actually became a massage therapist as well.
That's awesome. Okay, thank you for sharing that. So doors open at 7, starts at 7:30, and I think we have the band till 10. So think of it as a fun Friday night social out. Of course, we've got them in Thursday night in Collingwood. So if you know anybody up in Collingwood, you want to make sure to invite them out. And then, of course, Saturday we have our regional from 9 till 4. Tickets are sold out. I think it's 110 people, which is great. If you do find that you've got a guest last minute, let us know. Sometimes they're a little bit flexible with a few last minute people. So just reach out to me and I can take care of it. So on that note, we're just really excited. Tomorrow the tour starts. Melissa and I are heading up to Collingwood. We're going to be part of that Prevention Plus energy, and then we're going to go and do some fun stuff in Collingwood with them on Friday, and then bring them back to Newmarket so that they can rock Newmarket and really bring healthy living revolution to our community. And what a great month to launch it with a live event. So on that note, I hope you guys really tune in to those 9 o'clock calls. Healthy Revolution, it's on right now. So I'm going to wrap up, so you guys might want to jump on just in case you've got some guests. And is there anything else, Melissa, I need to close on, or did I catch it all? She probably jumped off to the Healthy Living Revolution call. So Nicole, on that note, everyone.
Sorry. Can I just do one more welcome?
Yeah.
She jumped on like a few minutes after you had just gotten started into the Omegas, but Blanca, she actually just gave me all of her information today, has decided to join our team, and she's made our first team call here tonight like 5 hours after joining. So Blanca, awesome. She's a fellow massage therapist, PSW, and she's just going to rock this business. So welcome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Welcome. So excited that you're on the team. Can't wait to meet you. So on that note, everyone, thanks so much. Have fun with the Omegas. It's so fun following up with customers right now and letting them know. So enjoy the abundance of orders coming in this month with the Omegas. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.